Welcome to our virtual classroom. Join me for some fun learning. Hello, welcome back to the virtual classroom with Miss Nicole of Legacy Lineage Online Learning, here to host our story time. So if you haven't noticed, our story times are going to start to get a little longer as we come together. I want to be able to give children a little bit more time to enjoy our story times as we prepare for our new fall sessions. Our fall fun learning is going to begin August 29th. It will be, part of it will be live sessions, so you'll get to actually sit with me as I'm doing it. What you're seeing right now is a recording of me doing the stories, but we'll all be together. So I'm going to start to make our story times a little longer because we're going to be together for 45 minutes doing all kind of activities. I'll be able to see you, I'll be able to call your name, and you'll be able to see and communicate with me as well. I can't wait. If you're not signed up, go ask your parents. Mommy, daddy, have you signed me up to be a legacy learner? Because I get to be on live with Miss Nicole. All right, so the last story we read, Caribbean Dreams, I ended that by talking about having big dreams and being able to do things. And you know what? One of the stories that I already read was Dream Big, Little One. And that was all about all of these women who had done really great things, and the women were African American or Black or maybe Caribbean, but all of African descent. They all had done really awesome things. Well, we have another story that I'm going to tie in. So we just read Caribbean Dreams, and we ended it with talking about you having dreams and what kind of dreams do you have, and the fact that if you have dreams, you get to do something not because you're just good at it, but because it takes hard work. So we're going to pick up with brown boy, what will you be? Have you thought about that? What do you want to be when you grow up? You know what I want you to do? You can ask your parent to put your answer in the comments, okay? So I can find out what are some of the things you want to do. And I want to encourage you to really, really think big. My son loves trucks. When he was little, he really loved garbage trucks, and he would always say, I want to drive a garbage truck when I get big. I want to drive a garbage truck when I get big. But you know what I told him? I said, you not only want to drive it, you want to own it. You want to have a fleet of garbage trucks. You want to be able to drive them some days, and then some days you want to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to give somebody else who has a dream of driving a big rig to drive my trucks and join me, or someone else who has the desire to help clean up our community to come on my team and join me. So again, think big. Well, this story is full of big occupations. Can we say that word together? Occupations. You know what an occupation is? It's just the job that you do. It's another way of saying a job. So can we say that again? Occupations. Oh, how many claps was that? Occupations. Four to say occupations. And what does occupations mean? What is it another word for? Job. Job has one syllable. Occupation has four. You can use them either way. They mean the same thing, but I'm going to use the word occupations because we're about to learn about a whole bunch of fun, different occupations. Then we also talked about your other assignment was for your parent to tell you a little bit about themselves. Well, I'm excited because after we follow up, brown boy, what will you be? We're going to read a story about this family. And we're going to learn something about this family and how they eat together and enjoy mealtime together. Did you know that's a huge part of being in a family? When I was little, tell you a story about Miss Nicole. When I was little, most of the time my sister and I ate at the table together because my mom was so busy studying or preparing our clothes for school the next day, ironing and getting us all prepared. My mom was a single mom. When I went to my great-grandmother's house, we would sit down at the table and have dinner together. When I raised my children, even though I was a single mom and I know I still had a bunch of stuff that I had to take care of, I always thought it was very important to sit down and have dinner or eat meals together. Breakfast, lunch, we ate our meals together. So, one of the reasons why I did that is because I worked in daycare from the time before I even had my oldest daughter, she's a whole grown up with her own occupation. But I would sit down with children in daycare and we would do what's called family style meals. And so if I was doing it for other people's children, I had to be doing it for mine. So I always found it important, very, very important to sit down and have a family style meal. And did you know there's lots of great things that come from eating together? If you don't, it's fine. People do things all different ways. If you do, great. Talk about some really great things. That's a great time to ask your parent to tell you a story about them, or a great time for you to share what you think your, what is the word? Occupation will be when you grow up. That's right. So we would sit down and we would have meals together, and it was a really great time to talk and learn about each other's day and how things went. So right now we're going to get ready to delve into this book. Delve means dive, go into. We're going to go into Brown Boy, What Will You Be? Let's sing our story time song. I am reading, look at me, time to put the toys away and listen to what I say. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. This is the spine. This is the spine. This is the front of the book. It tells you the name of the book. Brown boy, what can you be? This is the back of the book. It tells you that it's the end. And this is the spine. It holds the book together, just like the spine in your back holds your body together. And this is the spine. So let's find out. I'm going to jump to the back of this book because it asks a question. It tells you something. Join Matthew as he considers the amazing occupations he can accomplish. Let's see. Does anybody know what this first occupation is? What he's dressed up as here? Where he's going and what that thing is behind him? Let's see him again in here. He's all dressed up. On his shirt he has some very special things on his shoulders that tell you a little bit about what his occupation is. And if you said pilot, you're right. And let's use our syllable claps to say pilot. How many claps did we do for pilot? 2, that's right. So we did occupation, job, and pilot. Here we go. Brown boy, what can you be? He's thinking. I can be the winner of a spelling bee. And I love to watch the National Spelling Bee when it comes on. A really great movie about that is Akilah and the Bee, and it shows you how children prepare and get picked for spelling bees, and they spell all type of ginormous words. They could probably spell ginormous and gigantic and occupations. So that says spelling bee winner. I can be a graduate with a college degree. And so maybe I'm pretending in my imagination that he went to a HSB, which is a HBS, historical black, no, HBC. Come on, Miss Nicole, get it right. It's HBC, which is a historical black college. And I like that idea of getting a college degree. Did you know for Miss Nicole to be able to come on Storytime and teach you all about the importance of education, I made sure I had my education. And did you know that some people get educated in different ways? So some people might say, I'm going to go to college because to be a doctor, you have to go to college and learn buku stuff. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to go to school for a long time in college to learn, say it with me, buku stuff. Buku is my word for a bunch of stuff. But For some things, you can go to school and it's called technical school, and you can learn a trade like cosmetology. People who do makeup and make people look really beautiful for modeling and for commercials, things that you see on TV. That's called cosmetology. How about a beautician? Whoa, we're getting some really good occupation words. A beautician is someone who does your hair. That's right. So you would go to trade school and you would learn how to be a beautician, right? So there are two different tracks to take, but both of them require education, learning. Let's see what else Matthew can be. I can be a ship captain exploring the sea. And I'm going to tell you what I love about this picture. I love the anchors in this picture. And if your parents have gone on my website, they already know why I love anchors. Let's see what else. Brown boy, let's ask him with me. Brown boy, what can you be? Oh, I can be an artist on a creative spree. Do you like art? Look at him. What is he making a picture of? Can you see it? Brown boy, let's ask him again. Brown boy, what can you be? I can be a pilot flying high and free. Let's ask him again. Brown boy, what can you be? I can be a horticulturist who takes care of the flowers and the trees. Can we say that word together? Horticulturist. Let's clap that one out. Horticulturist. Let's try that one again. Horticulturist. How many claps was that? 5, you're right. So right now, which one is the longest word? We said horticulturist, we said occupation, we said education, and we said job. Which one was the longest so far? How many claps? All right, let's start from job. Job. 1 clap for job. Remember that, 1 clap for job. How about education? Education. Did we say education? Well, 4 claps for education. How about occupation? No, we didn't say education. We said occupation. Occupation. How many for occupation? 4. So we'll add education in, but education and occupation are tied, so they have 4. Job has 1. Here we go with horticulturist. Ready? Say that with me again. Horticulturist. 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 5 syllables in that occupation. Right now, that one has the most syllables. All right, we're going to ask them again. This time I'm going to teach you a different way to ask. The color brown in sign language. This is the letter B. If you can see, I have some letters behind me. I have the alphabet, peekaboo alphabet back there. So this is the letter B. And for the sign, the color brown, you go brown. You just take your arms and you bring it down. Brown. I'm sorry, not your arms, your B. And you bring it down. Just like Miss Nicole's brown face. And just like brown boy. So let's ask him again, doing brown. Brown boy, what can you be? Let's see what his answer is. We'll learn brown and what and more words, but we're just doing brown today, okay? I can be a scientist who studies bumblebees. Let me see, can you clap out scientist and tell me how many syllables in scientist? So when your answer is in the comment section, I should see the occupation you want to be, and how many syllables is in the word scientist. We won't clap it out together. Let's ask again. Can we use our sign? Here we go. Brown boy, what can you be? Let's see. Do any of these interest you yet? I can be a great orator with my name on a marquee. Okay, so we got some really different words there. Orator. Let's look at this picture. Can you tell me what you think an orator might do? What does an orator do? An orator. Could it be that an orator gives speeches? I think so. Talks. An orator could be somebody who is like a motivational speaker. That means they tell you, if you want to have an occupation, you have to work really hard, get your education, you can do it, you can be it, don't let anybody stop you, dream big. And your name on a marquee. Does anybody know what a marquee is? If you remember going to the movies, I don't know if in your state if the movies are back open. In my state, the movies are not back open yet because of social distancing and the state kind of opening up slowly but surely to do some of the fun things that we love. But right now, the movies are not open. But when you go and you see the name of a movie right on the front of it, or I remember going to Broadway with my grandma and going to Radio City Music Hall, and they would have your name or the name of the show you're going to see on the marquee. So the marquee is like it tells you what's playing. And can you imagine if I went to Radio City Music Hall and it said, tonight, story time with Miss Nicole. That would be my name on the marquee. Gotta dream big. Are you ready to help me with brown boy? All right, let's get the sign up. B, and it slides down, brown boy. Brown boy, what can you be? Let's find out. Ooh, I can be a meteorologist who predicts the weather and degree. A meteorologist. So the people that you see telling you that it is going to be a storm and moving in from the east, will have a little sun and coming down under the undercurrent, maybe some hurricane winds. Those are meteorologists. That was my little meteorologist act when they do that. You see his little screen right there? That's telling him what's coming and how to track it. And after he does all this, maybe he'll end up on the news. But you know, some meteorologists aren't actually on the news. Some meteorologists do all of the science stuff and gather all the data, and then they have someone who is maybe an on-show personality, maybe a meteorologist and knows a little bit about weather and that kind of thing. But everybody who's out front isn't the only person who helped to get there or who did the hard work to get there. So that's what this is. And we got another word with lots of syllables. That's why I like this story, and that's why I like using the syllable clapping. So we said occupation. We said job. We said, we threw education in. Education. Then we did horticulturist. Horticulturist. And now let's do meteorologist. Let's say that together. Meteorologist. Are you ready? Meteorologist. Whoa. Meteorologist. Meteorologist. So far, meteorologist is winning. How many is that? That's right. 5 plus 1, 6. Let's ask again. Where are we with our brown boy, our B for brown? Brown boy, what can you be? I can be the most brilliant actuary. Actuary. You see this actuary? See what he has all back here? Actuary has all of the facts and the data. You see he has his chart, got a pie chart, then he has a graph, then he has the percentage over here, and he has another chart that goes up and lets him know what's actually happening. He's getting all the facts and data. That's different than somebody who gets data and information for computer programming, okay? And look, he looked like he's saying, as a matter of fact, see his hand up here? Oh, we didn't ask. Here we go again. What are we doing? What word are we working on? Brown. Brown boy. Brown boy, what will you be? I can be an oceanographer focusing on algae. I'll show you the picture. And by the picture, what do you think an oceanographer does? That's right, learns about the things in the sea. See a little starfish down here? Ready to ask? Here we go. Brown boy, what can you be? I can be an inventor who makes life easy. That's a big idea. And you know what? We didn't clap out oceanographer, so let's just go back real quick because oceanographer is a long occupation. Oceanographer. Oceanographer. Count that up and let me know how many it has. All right, we already asked Brown boy, he wants to try to be an inventor. Is there anything you'd like to invent? Is there anything you'd like to make or create? It could be a gadget. It could be beauty products. It could be a new way to do something. These cell phones, when I was a little girl, there were no cell phones and people got together and started inventing things. There were no iPads. There were computers, but they were huge, big computers. There were no laptops. I'll tell you the secret to inventing something. You have to invent something that makes life easy for people, something that everybody will want to use. So while you're dreaming big, I just planted that little seed for you to start considering and thinking about that. What could you invent? Maybe a shortcut to how you cook things in the kitchen, maybe a new way to do something that you've been doing all along, but it makes it easier. There are lots of them on TV. Here we go. Brown boy, what can you be? Oh, we already did that. I can be a programmer who makes apps that are funny. So we just talked about the cell phone, but some of the games that you play on there, those are apps. The fact that you can watch Miss Nicole on YouTube on your mom's phone or on your phone or on your TV, oh my gosh, it's an app. That's right, and so many other things. So I encourage you, get those minds working. All right, and that was a programmer. Programmer, can you clap that out? Programmer. Here we go. Brown boy, what can you be? I can be a chef known for my delicious curry. How many friends out there know what curry is? Yes, that's right. It is a dish. You can have curry chicken, curry goat, curry steak. Actually, curry is actually a seasoning that makes the flavor of the food curry. My favorite curry is curry goat roti. Oh, it's the best. Anybody out there know what roti is? Anybody get to eat it every day or whenever they want for dinner because their parents know how to make it? Oh, how I miss roti. I like roti. So let's clap out the word chef. This is a trick one, all right? Let's see. How many claps in chef? You guessed it. One. We almost don't even have to clap it. Chef. Just like job. Are we ready to ask Matthew again? Where's your B for brown? Here we go. If you shake it like this, it means blue. So we can't do that. I was about to do that, but this is blue. We're working on brown. So brown boy, what will you be? What can you be? I can be a role model for brown boys like me. Oh, I love this idea. I love this idea because sometimes people need to see other people doing great things in the community. People need to see other people as an example. And I want to take a second right here to talk about the shirt that I'm wearing. If you didn't watch any of the other stories, then you don't know about these two little boys who are being great role models. they are already dreaming big, and they have started a t-shirt company. Not just a t-shirt company, a t-shirt company that gives really positive and good messages, not only to children but to adults. And my t-shirt from We Shine says, "Be the nice kid." I think it is so important to be kind, and I think it's awesome that these little boys, they believe in kindness too, because they are promoting it by selling t-shirts that have really positive messages. If you'd like one, or you'd like to find out more about these brown boys and their t-shirt company, ask your parent to Google or go on Instagram and look up We Shine. All right, let's ask again. Where's your B? Brown boy. Brown boy, what can you be? I can be a valuable part of my community. Do you know what it is to be a valuable part of your community? That means that whatever you do, whatever your work is, you use it to help those around you, those people that you see when you walk right outside of your door. Sometimes it's great to be able to help lots of other people, but Miss Nicole thinks it's so important to be able to help the people right around you, to the right and to the left of you, your community, those people who will be directly impacted by the occupation that you choose. How can you help people in your community with your occupation? Think about that. Think about that as you're deciding on what you want to do to dream big. How could you take dreaming big and give back to your community? I'll give you an example. LeBron James. Did you know that LeBron James grew up in an area that wasn't the best, and that he didn't have lots of money, and that his family went through lots and lots of struggles? But what he did have was a dream to be a good basketball player, and the tenacity, which is a really big word, the determination. That means he really wanted to do it. He was focused, and he was going to do it, focused on being a good basketball player. And that tenacity and determination made him practice hard, go to practice, run, eat, and sleep, and do the right things. And now, as an NBA player, one of the many things that he's done is build an awesome school right in his community. That's right. Right in his community, not out in California and not over in another country, but right in the same community where he didn't have the best. He makes the best opportunity for children to learn. His school is called I Promise. And if parents, if you're listening to this piece at the end, I think there is some documentary or something out there on the process of the I Promise School. I started to watch it, and it was very inspiring. So again, this is Miss Nicole saying, dream big. Think about the occupation you want to be, brown boy, because you can be anything you want to be if you put your mind to it. Because what? It takes work. It takes education, right? It takes all those things to be the best version of you and give back to your community. And then guess what? You'll be a role model for other people that are looking at you and wanting to learn from you and saying, what community did he come from? What education does he have? And how does he qualify to be a role model in our community? Well, this is Miss Nicole. I hope I inspired you today with brown boy, what can you be? See you on our next story time. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. And remember, you are the you in unique.